Okay, guys, so a little bit of information. We are going to start in a second, and what we thought is while we're waiting for people to join, we would just give you a little introduction from the littlest Flambeaux. So you'll get to see them. Hold on. And what in the world could be worse than doing live shoots? Having kids on live shoots. So we're going to see how they do. But we thought since we are sort of in process here and the Zinfandel starting to bud, we would learn a little bit about how these grapes grow and what we do with them when they're finished. So while we wait for people to join, Lila, why don't you do a little info for us on these grapes and what you're seeing here? Okay, and what happens when they flower?
And once they start to flower, they start to turn into berries.
Beautiful, and then
green to yellow to pink to red to purple.
So what color? You want them to be purple?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Well, that was just a silly question, right? Okay, so let me ask you this: what color are Zen grapes?
Zen grapes are purple.
Okay, and how do you know when they're ready? What do you do with them?
Which is usually around fall.
Would you pick them when they're green for any reason?
Yes, sometimes people pick them when they're green to give them like more accomplishment and like to take off the weight.
Is it something about taking off weight and maybe making the other grapes do a little bit better? So you have to sacrifice grapes sometimes to make really good grapes, right?
And sometimes people leave some extra grapes to make dessert wine, because the longer that they're on the vines, the sweeter they get.
Look at you. Beautiful.
But you only want them to stay on till late fall, because then they'll start to prune and they turn to raisins, and you don't want that.
Lila, you are on your game. Okay, so we're going to ask Nia real quick. What happens once those grapes are ready? What do we do? What is the process?
When the grapes are ready, our vineyard team comes out here and we wake up early in the morning.
How early?
5 or 6. 4.
Do you like that?
No. But I do like being part of the process. And usually we pick like 1 or 2 rows and they're already done. They're really fast. But it's nice to all be able to work together and be part of the wine. And then afterwards we go to Grand Cru and we sort the grapes.
What is Grand Cru?
Well, Grand Cru is our winery.
Okay, and what do you do at Grand Cru when the grapes arrive? What happens? Tell me everything.
Well, we sort through the grapes and we get rid of any leaves or like baby grapes or raisins. And then after that, our rule is if you wouldn't put it in your mouth, then don't put it in the wine.
Beautiful. And how long does sorting take? Like, let's say we bring all these Zen grapes in. How long does it usually take?
Well, it kind of depends on how big of a team we have. But usually like 3 hours, 4 hours.
Beautiful. All right, guys, you did great. We have our intro, and I think we have a critical mass here, so we're going to start our live show. We're going to go up and do a little tasting. We're going to taste the Zen today, guys, and that does come from these grapes, right, Lila? All right, so here we go. Okay, we are gonna walk up. By the way, let's do this real quick. This is our olive trees. We do make olives here, and if you look really closely, those are baby olives. So we will have some olives soon enough.
This live video paused.
Okay. All right, guys, technical difficulties. Whenever you're on a vineyard, the signal's not great, but we're going to work our way up, get a better signal. So here we go. Let's see what these guys are doing. What are you guys up to?
Walking.
All right, and we're going to go up to this outcropping and see the other Flambeaux folks. Steve and Patty Murray, who you met last time on our last virtual tasting. All right. There they are. Okay. Still stuck. Sorry, guys. Let's see how it's working now.
Okay.
Better? Okay.
Art sounds winded.
It's a really hard walk, guys. All right, better? Can you hear me okay?
The video's not moving, but the comments are coming.
Good. All right. Well, we will try to get this cleared up, guys. Apologies.
I'm sure if we pour some wine, it'll all be better.
Wine will help. Guys, how is it looking now? Better? Worse?
Still stuck.
Okay, we may have to get out and get back in, but give me a second. Let's improve it, guys, I hope. Let's see. Looking okay? Nope.
It's still stuck on.
Okay, guys, this is just
There's comments coming through, but the video's not.
This is just nature of live TV, right? We're gonna close it out. I'm gonna come back in. You guys rejoin. Apologies for the issue. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Technical difficulties hopefully resolved. Are you guys seeing us now? Hopefully. Okay. Okay. People are rejoining. We're getting a better signal, so.
So we're having trouble loading. Try again later.
Okay, can you turn yours down? Thank you. All right, guys, that's what it is with these Wi-Fis and vineyards. We just hopefully are rolling now. So you got a little bit of an education about the grapes. Now we're going to talk about the wine. With no further ado, we're going to talk about this Zinfandel here. Let's get a shot of that. Let's see here. So I don't know if, for those of you that had the 2017 Zin, that was our first Zin. It came from the grapes that Lila and Nia talked about on our earlier clip. And let's see here. See, you guys are here too, huh? No wine for you, though. No wine for you. But you did a good job.
Pointing.
All right. Did we have some wine poured, guys? Okay. Well,
Just wait till I'm old enough.
let's. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pour me a little bit. That'd be good. All right. Who wants to talk about this Zin first? Comes right here from the Flambeaux vineyard, and let's see who's feeling this wine right now. Poppy, what you got?
Well, this wine is made, of course, from Zinfandel grapes. The property was planted in Zinfandel grapes when we acquired it. We couldn't produce the wine because our grapes were under contract to Sagacio. And when that contract was up, we produced our first wine in 2017. And I've never been a big fan of Zinfandel, but I love this one.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is for me. I had to learn to appreciate Zinfandel. Dry Creek Valley is a really great valley for Zin, so it's come a long way with me, and I think we've made one that's pretty special, but we'll get into that. All right, so I can get on camera because apparently people feel like I don't ever put myself on camera. I'm going to sit in this chair over here. We're going to let Nia do the filming and see if she's got the skills. All right. I am in the shot, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wine for me. Okay. Nia, get a little closer, make sure. Can everybody hear okay? Can you see if they're hearing okay? So, who's drinking wine? I hope everybody's drinking something. It doesn't have to be Flambeaux. While we probably prefer it be Flambeaux, you can drink anything. You can drink bourbon, you can drink beer. We just want to have fun. Tastings are about having fun. It is live TV, and anything can happen. So, let's get a shot on her. Let's ask Mayor here, Patty Murray, after she's finished eating, what she thinks of this wine.
I really like it. I was kind of like Steve. I really was not a fan of Zinfandel. I just always thought it was sweet, white. So when we started coming out of here, I did try it. And then, frankly, I like ours the best of all, which of course I would. But it's very, very good. And it goes so well with things. We have it with salami and Gouda cheese. But we've
And it's
had
spicy, so it goes with a lot of Louisiana dishes. You know, the gumbos and the étouffées.
Yeah.
It works well with anything that's spicy.
Yeah, we were talking last week with Jude Hebert, who was making a gumbo that night, and he had his Zin going. And I'll just say a little bit about Zin for me. I find that they can be really jammy or really peppery, and we kind of want to walk that line. So we put a lot of oak on this. We're not aging in stainless. We are trying to let this fruit be what it wants to be. We don't want to add a lot, whether it's Petite Sirah or anything that's going to kind of take away from that. So it's got a little bit, and mostly it's Zin, and we think it's really smooth. You don't think of a Zinfandel as elegant, but frankly, it's an elegant wine. It pairs well with a lot of things. It's got a wide range, so we're really excited about it. This was the first one that we made. The 18, frankly, is even better. You get better as you go. You learn to make things a little bit differently and fine-tune it, and we're excited about what the 18 holds. So let's see what Nicole's thinking about this Zin right now, whether she wants to or not.
Well, anything I would have said about the Zin, you already kind of took that lingo from me. No, I mean, we came to the area. None of us were as familiar with Zin as most of the people that are from this area. The Dry Creek Valley is really known for their Zin, and but we've really grown to love it. Of course, especially this one.
All right, let me ask you a question of something you said about it. And some of them were very jammy. What does that mean? What is that?
Well, I use the word jammy. They just kind of, if you think about a jam and it's got a little bit more fruit to it, there's nothing wrong with that. You want to taste some fruit. You want to taste the grapes, but you don't want it to be overpowering or just too sweet. Then, of course, the alternative to that is to have it be too peppery. And, a lot of people, these Zins that they're making, they're just getting bigger and bigger, which is fine for certain purposes. We wanted it to sort of have a nice balance between that. And so I can pair this with Thai food, barbecue. I mean, it's got a range you wouldn't believe, and, of course, any red meat. So it doesn't have to be red meat, though. Chicken's great with it. A good gumbo, even a seafood gumbo will work with this Zin. So we really wanted to feature this wine this week. It's our, first week we did the Cab, which is the first wine that we made. But this is one that we're super proud of and are super excited about. So let's see. I'd like to know what anybody else is drinking. We get any comments on what people are drinking right now?
No, nobody's really commented. A few people have said that they've purchased their Mardi Gras packs. Maybe you can tell everyone what that is.
Yeah, that's a good point. So we have a Mardi Gras pack. As you can see, the Zinfandel has the purple capsule. This was actually a coincidence. Our Chardonnay has a green capsule, and our Rosé has a gold capsule. So purple, green, and gold, we call it the Mardi Gras Trio. It's a tasting pack that we've done just for these virtual tastings. So you can order those 3 wines, and you don't have to be ordering or drinking the wine of the week. Just drink what you want. Like I said, there's no rules here. But we'd love to know what you're drinking. I don't care if it's Silver Oak. I don't care if let us know, and let us know why you like it. That's part of the deal here. So we're.
We have a question.
What is the question? Come
What
on, lay it on
region?
us.
Someone asked what region this was in.
Okay, where this wine comes from? Yeah. Okay, so there's a thing called an AVA. It's an American viticultural area, and we actually have designated areas where wine can come from, and this wine comes from Dry Creek Valley. So we are in Dry Creek Valley. I'm going to, Nia, go mobile with me here. So over here, this is the Mayacamas mountain range. You can see that big one there is Geyser Peak. We talked about that last week. Cobb Mountain, St. Helena. So this range sort of divides Sonoma and Napa. We're on the Sonoma side. Now, Sonoma's a really big area, but Dry Creek Valley runs pretty much parallel to Napa Valley. And it's a beautiful place to make wine. It's known for Zinfandel, but you can make a great Cab here, a great Petite Sirah. Nia, come this way. I'm going to show you something here. Over here, you don't have to look at me. You can look at these grapes right here. Can you see that? Those are going to be Petite Sirah. So we've planted a little bit of Petite Sirah, and you can come back on me. And we're going to blend the Petite Sirah with the Zinfandel. We'll pick it at the same time. We'll blend it. Just do it. We'll actually age it at the same time in the same process. It'll be blended together, and that Petite Sirah will give the Zinfandel a little bit of a complexity and a little bit of a depth. So I'm excited to see that. We won't see those grapes for like 3 years, but it's going to be fun.
The signal's getting bad over there.
Come over here.
And so we've been told that there's a lot of wind and background noise.
Ah, okay. Well, this is the issues with live TV, right? The wind. How's the wind now? Is it okay? Any feedback on that?
Someone asked if we had any frost damage this year.
No, we didn't actually. We didn't. I think the coldest night. The neat thing about Sonoma in general, they always say it never snows in Sonoma. I mean, I don't know if that's completely true, but at least here, we've been here since 2012, never had snow. It actually snows more in New Orleans, where we're originally from, than it does here. So what you'll have is the nights will maybe get into that 30 range, not much worse than that, but it's very rare to have rain at the same time. So it's unlikely to have snow or too much frost. Napa does have some issues with frost, and of course certain areas more coastal will have those issues, but we've been very fortunate, and it's one of the reasons we like Dry Creek Valley. Beautiful soil, but beautiful conditions for growing grapes.
We were down in the 30s today, this morning.
Yeah, it was a really particularly cold night, but not a lot of complaints. It is a beautiful place to be, and one of the things I really, really, really like about this area in particular, where we are, sunsets will come in right over there. That sun's probably pretty bright right now, but the valley where this mountain range is, the valley will actually get dark, and the mountain range will stay lit, and it's one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen. We call it Magic Hour. So we have a lot of fun. Here.
We have a few people telling us what they're drinking. Rebecca Forsyth is drinking Flambeaux Cab.
All right.
Susan and David IU are drinking the 2017 Flambeaux Zen. Matt Welty, let me scroll back up. He was drinking Dancing. It was a rosé. Let me find it, Matt. Dancing Lady Rosé. There you are.
There it is. Okay.
And there was also a question if you could explain capsules for people that.
Oh, okay. So capsules are the most pointless tradition in wine, and and it's true. Now, we are true believers. We want wine to be what it's always been. We want to follow tradition. Capsules are just part of the tradition. You do not need a capsule. The cork will stay in place. Legend has it, I actually looked this up, and I don't know if this is completely true, but legend has it that the French and Italians, forever ago, the way they would cellar their wine is they would actually stick them in the dirt under their house. The problem is that they found that mice would tunnel through the cork, and they ruin their wine. So it's not a great place to store wine, but it was the right conditions to store wine. So they started putting lead in these capsules so that if the mouse tried to eat through the lead, it would die and it wouldn't ruin the wine. That's the story I heard. Now, we certainly don't need that now. We have good cellars, we have good conditions, but it's a tradition, and frankly, it's pretty. It's one of the things I really like about wine is you can really decorate and dress up a bottle. We love our package. But I've seen so many things done with capsules that can make it interesting. And of course, the great thing about a capsule is when you have it in that cellar and you have it on the shelf, you can identify by the top of that capsule what wine you're looking at. So it is helpful in that sense.
Matt Welty wanted us to point out the fact that part of our luck with not having issues with frost on the grapes is because we're elevated instead of in the valley floor.
He's a good man. Actually, Matt makes a very good point. There is a huge difference between hillside and valley floor, whatever valley you're in. Valley floor, you're going to have a lot of standing water. There's nothing wrong with it. You're going to get a much higher yield. That's one of the reason people like the valley floor. But of course, one problem with having that standing water is you'll get more disease, more fungus, more mold. So there's more to deal with on a valley floor. Whereas on hillside, we have a lot of runoff. We certainly have better conditions at night. What we're looking for, guys, and the reason that Napa and Sonoma are such great places to make wine is you want those warm days and you want the cold nights. You want the grape kind of wants to go through this cycle. And the more extreme it can be without being too extreme, it really makes an interesting grape. You're looking for complexity. So, Dry Creek Valley, it's a great place to be, and you guys should definitely come visit. If you haven't, there is. What I like about Dry Creek Valley in particular is it's a lot of boutique wines, smaller guys that you're not going to find in your local grocery. There's nothing wrong with being in love with a wine you can get at your grocery, but what you want is to try things you can't get at the grocery. So come out here, join a wine club, find a new wine. It is just a great place to visit. And of course, we need to wait for things to open up, so to speak. But when that happens, and you're looking for your next trip to kind of get out, stretch your legs, this is a good one.
Getting back to the temperature, cold air sinks. So the cold air goes down to the bottom of the valley, the warm air rises. So at 350 feet, we're warmer than the bottom of the valley, so we rarely get frost or snow or any extreme weather condition.
Right, and that's a smart man. That's why Matt asked Steve and not Art. So I'm glad that Matt chimed in. So I heard that Susan and David are drinking the Zen, the wine of the week, but Rebecca is
drinking the Cab, and I'd also like to give a shout out to Aunt Peggy, who has joined us.
Oh, Aunt Peggy. So
Aunt Peggy.
my dad's sister. I would like to know what she's drinking. It may not be Flambeaux, but I hope she's at least drinking something. So we'll see.
I'd like to know what she's eating too, because she always cooks really good stuff.
I've heard lots of people saying that they wish that they had the Zen with them.
Yes, well, order up. And look, remember, we're going to do this every 2 weeks. It's, it'll be about 30 minutes depending on if we're having fun or not. Hopefully you're having fun. But the key is to order some wine. Obviously, Flambeaux would be great. I think next week, just so you know, we're going to have Joaquin Rodas, chef and owner of Bacchanal Wine. He's going to cook for us remotely, and we'll do a kind of a split video with him. Have a lot of the Bacchanal people, hopefully, who are looking to kind of see their favorite place. We'll have him on the screen. He's going to cook something that he thinks pairs really well with a Flambeaux wine. We don't know what that wine's going to be, but I got the feeling it might be one of our cabs. So we're excited to see what he comes up with. You definitely want to watch that show in 2 weeks, because I have a feeling Joaquin's going to make it a lot of fun.
Can you just give people a quick thumbnail sketch of what Bacchanal is in New Orleans? Because everybody from New Orleans is not from New Orleans.
Bacchanal is one of those really hard places to describe. It's almost like you have to see it. But what is great about Bacchanal is they call it I think it's like the best backyard party you've ever been to, and it really is. So they started this place. It's a wine shop in the front in a very old building in the Bywater, and you wouldn't think much when you're looking at it from the outside, but you go in, and they just have a wine shop, and you can buy your wine. You drink it on premise. You can't take it off premise. And then you take that wine to the backyard, to the courtyard. They do have some indoor seating if it gets cold, but generally people want to be in the courtyard. In that courtyard, they have live music, amazing food. Joaquin was he was the original chef when they were doing food tastings there, and then now that they have the full restaurant, I think there are other people cooking there as well. Joaquin is sort of running the show, and it's been the place has just taken off. It was on the show Treme, and it is one of these places that people just know all over the country, and I know that everyone is excited to see them back up and running. They're shut down right now, but can't wait to see them back in action. If you look up Bacchanal on the internet, I'm not kidding you, will see an article that says the best bar in the United States, and that's really the article in a real publication. So these guys are for real, and their live music is amazing. So we're excited to see what Joaquin comes up with in 2 weeks. But tonight you got us, and we're putting on a show for you. So Lila's over there. She's joined the fun a little bit. Lila, what? You just in the shot. All right. Well, you talked about the grapes. I'm excited about that. But do you have any plans to help make wine one day? I mean, you want to be...
When I grow up, hopefully I will maybe take over the wine or just join.
I think your sisters might want to help. But no, that's great. So we have a winemaker. Nia, look over here. We have a winemaker. His name's Ryan Pritchard. He's a fantastic winemaker, but I'm sure Ryan would want some help one day, and he could sort of apprentice Lila and anybody else that wants to join the fun. And
do like your daddy did. Put your old man out to pasture.
Yeah. Dad says I put him out to pasture. The reality is that this is a job that most people wouldn't want. I love having a wine label, but it sounds really great when you're thinking about it and talking about it, and then in practice you realize it's a lot of work. I envy all the people that have been doing this for a long time. They have earned their spot. It is a lot of work, but word's getting out, and we feel like it's starting to take off a little. We're certainly known in Louisiana. That's where we're from. But we're starting to develop a little reputation nationally and here in California. I got to tell you, California is the hardest place to get your wine label known, just because there's a lot of people out here making great wine. So
3,000 vineyards.
Yeah, something like 3,000 wineries, and I think in the state, but it's a lot, and that's a range, right? You can have people making hundreds of thousands of cases and people making 100 in their garage, and don't knock the guys who are making 100 in their garage. They're putting their heart and soul in it. They can make some pretty beautiful wine. Of course, you can't find those in your grocery store, right? You probably can't even find them at a restaurant. So what you want to do is come out here, explore, find the little guy. There's always a cult following, and they're having success for a reason. So.
Brass Rabbit just joined, one of our favorite
Ah.
restaurants, so
Yes.
we wanted to give a shout out to
Shout
them.
out to
Brass
Brass
Rabbit,
Rabbit.
one of
Hello,
our
Brass
favorites.
Rabbit. This is one of our favorite restaurants. They make some pasta dishes that'll just knock your socks off, and they have amazing specials. I'm not plugging it. Our wine isn't even there. We just love that restaurant. It's right on the square plaza in Healdsburg. Beautiful food. They have a sister restaurant, Chalkboard. You just can't go wrong. So definitely, if you can't go there right now, order takeout, get some of their food if you're in the area. But for those of you from out of town, make sure it's one of the stops that you have when you come into town.
The Bernsteins are letting us know that they're about to drink a 2015 Sonoma Valley Cab.
All right, the Bernsteins. So the Bernsteins are friends of ours. They're also parents at the school that the kids go to, and we're all sort of stuck in place. And I've got a case of Rails wine, and I might just drink it if he doesn't come pick it up soon. So I'm going to leave it on the curb and see what he does. Maybe he'll pick it up. Yeah, so I want to see if Rebecca wants to join. I actually want to see her on video if we can join her in. So
All right.
we'll see if she joins up. Rebecca, I want to know which drink, because I think that you rated Poppy's Cellar.
Yeah, and she took a cab.
She took a cab, so I definitely want to see her.
I just sent her a case.
Okay,
But it didn't get there in time.
It didn't get there in time, so
she got into my cellar.
She rated the cellar. It's
I
okay.
thought she got it today.
I gave her full
No,
permission. It's fine.
No.
It's
She didn't
fine.
get there in time, and she
So
won't be able to-
anybody requesting to join live?
What about Patty?
Not right now.
Okay. Pretty soon we're going to do, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys this, and with all our technical difficulties, I should have mentioned it. My sister, Patty, who's as much a part of the operation as anybody, she's in the family, she has come up with an idea. When we do these tastings, at the end of the tasting, she's going to shoot out a trivia question, and she is supplying the prize. So whoever gets it right first via comment will get the prize. And you know, if you're really quick to answer and we're feeling good, we're going to throw you one of our Go Vino packs with Flambeaux written on it as an additional bonus. So it'll be a fun prize. So we'll see when Patty joins up. Hopefully she can join soon.
Rebecca doesn't know how to join.
Okay. Well, anybody want to teach Rebecca how to join? Let me know. We'll see.
So much for the younger generation.
I thought that these young people know how to do this stuff.
You were talking about the small wineries, and one of the things that I've learned in being out here this time is a lot of families that have for years have grown grapes and sold them are now making wine. And one we went to, Saini, makes some wonderful wines. They've just opened up their own winery. Really, really nice people, and so what you're talking about. The whole family's involved, two or three generations.
Look, the coolest thing about wine is these small families that have been doing it forever. And you know, they may be making a ton of cases, but you know, it's they've been growing forever. So you know, maybe 100 years these families have been out here. So you look at the list of names. I mean, I would almost feel bad. I might exclude someone, but I will tell you the people at Grand Cru. We have Bucher now, Saini. We have, who else do we have that's a grower? San Giacomo. So we use San Giacomo fruit, and for years they were just growers. Now they are making their own wine, and they make beautiful wine. They certainly. I see Nia's looking at me. What do you have?
We have 2 requests.
Okay, let's patch them in. This will be fun.
Aunt Patty and Rebecca.
Okay, let's do Rebecca first.
Oh, she figured it out. I'm so
Yeah,
proud.
let's see. I can't wait.
Uncle Marcus.
Hi, Uncle Marcus.
Uncle Marcus is joining.
Yeah, I noticed he was on there.
Oh, we're gonna
Hi,
patch.
Joy.
We're gonna probably patch in.
Oh, here's Rebecca.
Hey, I figured
tell
it
us
out.
the corn bias story at some point. Hey, is that Rebecca?
Mhm.
I can't
Let me
hear
see
you.
if I can hear her.
though.
Rebecca, can you speak?
Here she is. Beautiful Rebecca.
Yeah, turn up the
Can't hear
volume.
you.
Let me see. There she is. Okay, good. Rebecca.
Okay, now I can hear you. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Good. She's figured it
Hey.
out. She's younger generation. Cool.
I'm terrible with technology. I'm sorry.
Okay. Danny Mangan just joined. I think he's out there, so hopefully we can see what he's up to. But Rebecca, tell us what you're doing. What are you drinking?
Hi, Stella.
Well, I'm home alone, and I'm drinking the Flambeaux, the Redwood Hill Vineyard. Thank you to Mayor and Poppy. You can't really see that, but you trust me. But it's delicious. I wish I had the Zinfandel though, because I really like the Zin. I'm not crazy about Zins, but the Flambeaux one, and I'm not just being biased, but I love it.
You know that Redwood
Portland.
Redwood Hill's pretty special. You stole the right wine, Rebecca.
It's my first time having it. It's
actually,
really, but
yeah. So 2016, we got those grapes. In 2017, unfortunately, that vineyard suffered a lot of damage from the Tubbs fire. So that was sort of the end of our association with Redwood Hill, and we wish that they were still there because they made a beautiful cab in 16 for sure. That one's really coming along. We give 10% of the proceeds from that wine, by the way, to Fire Relief. It's Corazon Hillsburg. So Corazon does a great job. They have a lot of worthy areas that they cover, but Fire Relief is one of the ones. And frankly, after Kincaid, you saw a lot of Fire Relief funds after Tubbs, but not as many after Kincaid. And Corazon was one of the first ones out there doing it. So we're happy to give them 10% of our proceeds, and hopefully you guys all support the wine. I promise you'll like it. So yeah.
Rebecca, save that bottle because the backstory is different from that on the usual Flambeaux bottle, and it's really kind of nice. Uncle Stephen wrote it, and it's a real tribute to the people at the winery.
Yeah, my brother wrote that tribute in the back, so you guys should check it out. You can actually see it on the website if you're interested. So
Rebecca to read it.
it's pretty wordy. But you guys should check it out. Is Joy patching in? Is she asking to jump in? Because
Danny just wanted to shout out that the 2016 Redwood Hill is really good. He enjoys it.
I love it. For those of you that don't know, Danny is a wonderful wine writer. I mean, just does a lot of interesting stories. He also writes for a book that has different things about different wineries. And I wish I had him on because he'd tell you a lot better than I do, but just a wonderful guy. And we had him out here for a tasting a while back and just had a wonderful time with him. So, I mean, that's the point, right? We can't have you here. We're trying to show you what it's like to be here, but when it's all done, come visit, come check out the property, have some wine with us. As you can see, this is how we do tastings. It is not technical. We don't get into aging. Of course, ask and we'll answer. But it's really just about friends having fun, drinking wine, because that is what we love about wine, is this, the community and the interaction. So, and Rebecca, we're gonna let you loose, but thank you for jumping in.
awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.
Thank you,
Love
Rebecca.
you.
All right. Bye. Say a lot. Okay. We have anybody else that wants to jump in? Is Joy jumping in?
Let me check.
It's okay.
It's not working.
Lucy's thinking
No.
about jumping in
Okay.
the pool.
So Joy was going to jump in. This is Nicole's sister-in-law. She is one of our. I mean, when I tell you, she's probably one of our first club members, probably one of the first 10. And she orders the wine religiously and has a great recruiter. She actually works at Apple, and she's had some of her company meetings here. So we do that as well. You club membership helps. But we'll accommodate you, and you can have any kind of function you want here, dinner or otherwise. So we like to have fun here, and she always makes it fun, and she's been a great recruiter. So I don't know if we're going to have Joy jump in, but if we're not, I would like to do this trivia because I think it's going to be a bit of fun. First one to answer correctly. I know Matt Welty's like ready with his fingers at the keys. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
So let's see what Patty comes up with. This is my sister Patty. She's got a trivia question for us. Let's join her in. Is she trying to join?
She lives.
Okay, she is in Mount Kisco, New York. Westchester County. Sheltering in place, of course, but and actually she doesn't drink. That's an interesting fact. So she can't talk a lot about the wine, but she can certainly talk a lot about trivia. So let's see what she comes up with. Hopefully she's joining. I don't know. Keep the momentum going then, Lila. What you got, Lila?
Lila,
Look.
What do you think of this cheese, Lila? What do you think of the salami?
Salami's good.
From Journeyman here in
Oh, yeah. So that is, tell them about Journeyman, Mom.
Well, Journeyman is a meat company owned by the Sagacio family, and they do custom meats, and they're doing deliveries for people in this time. And so Nia's just dealing with grape. This is one of their salamis. It's called Sonoma Rosa, and it's salami with Pinot Noir and juniper, and it's very good. It goes very well with the Zinfandel. But anyway, they're nice people, and they're delivering certain days of the week, and very nice to work with.
As long as we're waiting on Patty to join, I want to see where Stella is. Yeah, show everybody where Stella
Anna
is.
Michael said, "Look for Joy in 3 minutes."
Look for Joy in 3 minutes. All right, for the meantime, let's see what Stella's up to. So for those of you that don't know, Stella is our vineyard dog, and she's very gullible. Do you want to see if we can make her do her trick? Here we go. All right, let's see. Oh, more dogs coming in. More dogs coming in. Okay, this will be fun. This will be fun. Stella, watch this. Stella. Stella. What is that? What is that? Go see.
Go get it, Stella.
What is that?
Go get it.
What is it? Go see. Oh, go see. That's all we're going to get? Yeah, go see. Now she's mad. Now she's mad. Okay, let her in.
Hi, Lucy.
Thinking about jumping in the pool.
All right, so this little Ewok dog
Posing
here,
for us.
named Lucy. That's my parents' dog, who is here during the shelter in place. She's something. We'll just say she's something.
She requested.
And then, okay, she's requesting. Here we go, getting her in. All right, you got her patched in?
It says waiting.
Okay, give her a minute. In the meantime, look at Stella. She's going nuts. We got her riled up. Look at that. And that's what she does, guys. She just goes crazy. Stella, what is it?
Go get it.
Go see.
Go get it, Stella. Oh no! Go get it.
She's like getting too tired to get it. Yeah, there it is. Get him. All right, Nia, bring it back. We can't get Patty. We're just going to have to wrap it up. So, is she joining?
Yes, it says
All right.
It says waiting.
Waiting for Godot. You can see that this is not exactly a professional operation.
Well, you know, it's just.
We do have
Definitely Patty's daughter, so it's in the family.
You would think it's definitely in the family.
We do have fun.
No, we absolutely have fun, and that's the whole point, guys. It is supposed to be fun. Just have a good time. I really would.
Tell her to type her trivia question in if she can't touch it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, so technical difficulties being what they are. And Joy's back. Let's see, are we adding in Joy now?
Why is it on me now?
All right. Okay, Nia is officially fired. I have fired Nia. Welcome to our live TV show. All right, Nia.
Why don't you let me film?
Nia, you're fired. I got it. Okay, here we go. We got 2 ads. Here we go. Sit down, Nicole. You're going to have to talk too. I am back on the camera. No, you know what? It's not her fault. It's not working.
Am I rehired?
I think you're rehired. All right. Here we go. Here's somebody that's best friends with Rebecca. All right. It is just, guys, we're just not able to patch you in. I apologize. Welcome to our internet.
Why don't you tell
Next week.
Patty, why don't you type your trivia question into the comments since the add-in isn't working and people can try and answer in the comments?
Oh, I'm adding in Joy. We're gonna put Joy in. Let's see if it works, and then Patty can fix her technical difficulties. Yeah, see, Joy works for Apple, so she can make it happen.
Hi guys.
All right, let me.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we're gonna go like this.
Hi Nia.
Hey guys.
Can you say hi? Can you get me a cup? Gabriel's tasting some delicious apple juice.
Gabriel, is that apple juice? Gabriel,
I've got my
rosé.
rosé, my Flambeaux rosé. Can you get me a cup for Logie, please?
Hey Joy,
Can you
you're
say
like
hi?
sideways.
I am. Oh.
Yay!
Hi.
Yay!
Why do I look so up? I don't like it.
Tell
Okay,
us what-
Logie wants pajamas. Logie's over the
Logan.
quarantine. Can you say hi?
Say hi to the world.
Hi
So
everybody.
what are you drinking?
I got my Flambeaux rosé and it's delicious.
I love it. I love it. And
The best.
so you're working from home, correct? And that
Mhm.
helps, right? That makes
It does not help. The wine helps. Working
No,
from
the
home
wine,
does not
the
help
wine,
you
that's
get
what-
work
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Exhibit A, Exhibit B.
Where's your
Yeah, you
hubby?
look so grown up.
Aw, thank you.
She's like,
What'd you
like
say,
2
Art?
feet tall.
I'm taller than Mom now.
I know, well, you're way taller than me, but that's not hard.
Oh, there's Lila jumping into the picture.
Hi,
Like I said, family operation here, guys.
Lila. I know. I want to be quarantined with you guys.
Yeah,
Here,
we wish.
Gabriel, you hold it. I gotta help Loki.
Tea.
Yeah.
Hey, that kid's got no
Look at
teeth,
that.
Joy. What is
I know. What are we
happening?
gonna do about
know
this?
what to get him for Christmas, Dad.
I love it. Yeah, we'll get you some front teeth for Christmas, okay, buddy?
Okay.
Well,
How's the virtual tasting
Got you
going,
some
guys?
nice, some really nice ones.
what Joy?
Yes.
There we are. She's breaking up a little bit.
Quarantine.
Yay! There she is.
I'm here.
Oh yeah, Joy. Tell everybody just real quick. Tell everybody the story of Gabriel celebrating like the he was excited because he didn't have to go to school and you were home.
Oh yeah, Gabriel, before he realized what this virus was actually called, he called it the corn virus. He said the corn virus is pretty awesome because I don't have to go to school.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, but what's it really called?
Coronavirus.
now
Good
you
man.
know.
Good man.
Yes.
Will you guys stay
Peas
safe
and-
and stay happy? Enjoy. Drink. That
Thank you,
bottle,
guys.
okay? Drink the whole bottle. We've
Cheers.
earned it. Cheers.
Yes, cheers. Love you guys.
Bye bye.
Let's try that, Aunt Patty.
Okay, Aunt Patty, I think we can get her in. This is going to be exciting if we can do it. I just don't know. Nia, is it me or is it you? Who's the problem? All right.
Oh, wait.
I've been hitting it like.
Wait, scroll up maybe, and maybe there's a little...
Did she ever ask the question, Nicole? Patty, just type in the question. The video is not going to work. Is she going to type it?
Or she can punt to Rebecca and have her call.
Or punt to Rebecca? No, this is awesome. You know, and that's the thing is people come in and out of the story and, you know, they never know what they're going to see. They might just see us. They might see these guys. Look.
Which is usually the way our evenings go.
That's pretty much it.
Oh my gosh, look at Lucy.
Hey,
Her
Lucy.
head is like
Lucy.
underneath the rope.
Lucy, don't jump. Don't jump. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. All right, gang. Well, I just don't know. I just don't know if we're going to get Patty. Ah, there it is. She asked the question. How many times was Lindsay Lohan arrested so far? So far. First one to answer gets a wonderful prize.
Susan Davis said 3.
Okay, Susan gets 3. And Peggy gets 2.
No looking up the answers.
And no looking up the answers. No cheating.
And no family.
4.
We're
4.
trusting you.
So far, no one's gotten it. You can't just keep going up. You get one guess. One shot.
Patty, has anyone gotten
Rebecca
it yet?
got it. 6.
Has anyone gotten it yet?
I think that's it.
No, disqualified.
Rebecca's disqualified, I think.
Next closest.
Lisa guessed 7. That was really close.
Next closest. Wait, someone said 6, 7, 8.
Okay, Anna Michael.
Oh, back down to 6.
Okay, there's our first legitimate contender, Carla Lippincott.
Oh, yay, Carla.
Is that right? Patty, is that right? 6?
Wait, someone ahead of her said that. Alexa Moreno.
13.
Alexis Marino Music said 6.
All right, Patty, you need to give us the number. What is the correct answer? We've had every number guessed. Who is the winner? Anna Michael's like, what?
No.
Nobody's guessed it yet?
15. Can I guess? Is that allowed?
No, you're not allowed to guess. All right, so no one's gotten it yet.
The answer's 10. Did anybody say 10?
Oh my gosh!
She has not been arrested 10 times. Okay.
So who are the 2 closest?
All right, the closest one was Carla Lippincott at 8.
Wait, Susan and David just said 10.
Okay. All right. In fairness, how are we going to call this one, guys? What are we going to do?
Yes, Patty.
Patty gets to say who the winner is. It's her prize. Rebecca, you're too late. I can't believe she was arrested 10 times. And look, that's the point, guys. Drink responsibly. Drink responsibly. Rebecca cheated. All right. I am going with the first person who said 10, which was Susan. Susan said 10 first. Therefore, she's the winner. Susan, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Send me actually, I have your address, so we're good. You're one of our customers, so we have it. We will send you your prize. You will get what Patty was going to show you if she had joined the video. Patty, why don't you tell people what it is? You can type it. And we're going to give you Go Beano glasses. Okay, it's not working.
You never know. It might work.
I like that. I like that somebody said she looks like she's been arrested 14 times. That's awesome. That's probably true. But the answer was 10, and I believe Susan was the first to say it. So she's going to win this week. But look, in 2 weeks, make sure you guys are ready for trivia because we're going to get Patty's technical difficulties fixed or whatever's happening.
I think we know what the candle is, though. I mean, what the prize is.
Patty says it's impossible to type. You know what? I can't remember what. Yeah, what's the prize? What's the prize?
Lucy?
I don't know.
All right.
It's a surprise.
Yay! Susan gets the prize. It is whatever it is. It's Go Beano glasses with Flambeaux written on them and what Patty has, and we'll mail them to you, and it's gonna be awesome. So I saw Joaquin join. I don't know if he's there, but remember, 2 weeks. Joaquin Rodas is going to join the show.
Oh, wait. Patty finally said what it is. A notepad that says, I'm in a good place right now, not.
Everybody gets a prize. No. No. Oh, I see. A notepad that says, I'm in a good place right now, but not emotionally. I can't do it.
Wait, scroll up to it.
Patty's like, I fire all of you.
She said, a notepad that says, I'm in a good place right now, not emotionally, I'm just at the liquor store.
Yes, I get it. Thank you, Nia, for the translation. All right, we're going to let you see these guys one last time. Remember, in 2 weeks, that is 2 Thursdays from now at 5 o'clock Pacific. There goes this one. You'll see dogs. You'll see people. You'll see children. You'll see a dog barking still. I want this on record. She is still barking about whatever it was that we told her was out there. There she is. And you're going to see Joaquin Rodas cook a meal with our wine. So tune in.